All right, and hello everybody. Welcome to the third annual Chronic Pain Expo brought to you by Arizona Pain at the Grand Sonoran Salon in the beautiful JW Marriott Desert Ridge here in sunny Phoenix, Arizona. This expo was started to create awareness about chronic pain and is held every year in September, which is also coincidentally, well actually no coincidence, Chronic Pain Awareness Month. I'm Steve and I'm here with my co-host Kristen. And we're very excited to bring you a preview of what you can expect when you come to the Chronic Pain Expo. This show will feature doctors, vendors, patients, and we'll ask some questions and bring you answers about the event and all the happenings in the Grand Sonoran Salon here at the Expo. Now, Kristen, let's get started by kind of explaining to people what exactly is chronic pain and how important is it to raise awareness?
Chronic pain is pain that lasts longer than 3 months. And chronic pain can actually have a variety of different causes. We have all sorts of vendors here today that are going to address how we could help people in various different ways who have different chronic pain conditions. We actually have a lot of different doctors. We have all sorts of specialists from the Phoenix area that do naturopathic and alternative medicine. So it's a great turnout today. We have a pretty good crowd in there already for 10-15.
Yeah, but how many people do you think we have in there so far?
I want to say like 50 already. So that's great.
And how many vendors are we expecting today at the Expo?
We have about 20-25 vendors throughout the day. They're going to be here in and out. So we're looking at a pretty good turnout.
And let's talk a little bit about, exactly, so let's define chronic pain. Now,
Sure.
Chronic pain is pain that lasts a week, a month, 3 months?
More than 3 months.
Okay.
And the majority of chronic pain conditions are actually considered like an invisible illness. So that's why we're here. We want to raise awareness so that people will know that they're not alone. We have all sorts of resources available in the Phoenix area to help them. And we just want to raise awareness to the general public that, hey, this is something that's invisible, and these people, it is very difficult for them to get by day to day. A lot of times chronic pain conditions can be debilitating and people suffer from anxiety and depression, and you can't see it necessarily physically, but it does, like I said, sometimes it can be debilitating. It can cause a handicap, and people need wheelchairs or walkers and lots of assistance in managing their everyday day-to-day activities. So it is something that we want to bring awareness to just because of the fact that it is an invisible illness most of the time.
An invisible illness.
Correct.
And it's just, some people have it and you don't even know it. You look at them and you just don't know. And in fact, I believe you're a person who suffers from chronic pain. Is that correct?
Yeah, actually, I did have a back injury. I had 2 back surgeries, and so I completely understand. This is why I'm very passionate about being here today and helping others with educational resources and connecting them with people that can help them.
Now, how did this happen with your chronic pain? What exactly happened there? How did this happen to you?
Sure. Yeah. A lot of people say, oh, you're too young to be in chronic pain. And that's not true. That's one of the chronic pain myths. For me, I was a college athlete and I had a freak accident. And then I came and met Arizona pain specialist physicians here, and they were able to help me realize that I don't have to be on painkillers to deal with my injury long term. That, that's actually not the best long-term solution, but there's a variety of different things that we use, that they use as a team to help me manage my pain.
Well, I just want to remind everybody, we are here at the JW Marriott in Desert Ridge at the Grand Sonoran Salon, A through D, I believe.
Yes, correct.
So you come on up to the Desert Ridge Marriott and see us today. We're going to have all sorts of chronic pain vendors, a lot of people here to raise awareness for chronic pain here in September, which is Chronic Pain Awareness Month. So, Kristen, let's talk a little bit about an epidemic we have in this country, the opioid epidemic, where a lot of people are overdosing and dying due to taking too many heavy narcotics. Talk a little bit about that and what Arizona Pain tries to do and how there might be different than another place in approaching that type of an epidemic.
Sure. Well, actually, people don't realize that there is a big opioid epidemic right now in our country because 1 in 3 people suffer from chronic pain. It affects people, a lot of people.
Did you just say 1 in 3?
Yes.
Wow, 33%.
Yes, it affects a lot more people than you think. And, because people don't know where to get help, a lot of times they'll just go to their primary care doctor and they'll get prescribed a pain pill or a pain medication that is a very high dose narcotic or addictive prescription painkiller, and those have very serious side effects when you're on them long term. At Arizona Pain, we're all about raising awareness that there are other options to help people besides just painkillers, and we believe in comprehensive care, which is more of like a holistic approach to helping people in pain. So
can you maybe define a little bit for the audience, comprehensive? When they hear comprehensive, what exactly does that mean to them?
Sure. Well, we address not only the physical and the symptoms, we try to find the source of your pain first and treat that. And then while we're treating the physical symptoms, we look at, how is it affecting the person mentally? Because more than half of people who suffer from chronic pain have anxiety and depression. Like I said, their lifestyle is affected in various different ways, where maybe they, have a hard time working, and they have a hard time keeping up with their family responsibilities and social life, and they lose the things that they were once really good at. They lose the ability to do that. And it's very heartbreaking. And so it really affects someone in a lot of different ways. And we have everything from cognitive behavioral therapy on site to help people cope mentally, help people relax and bring their pain levels down, and use biofeedback for that. We have, alternative solutions like acupuncture and spinal decompression and all that, so people don't have to go on painkillers. We also believe in just, holistic natural supplements. Like we have a whole department called Holistic Pain here. So we're promoting a lot of that today at the Expo as well. But yeah, it's interesting because a lot of people don't realize what this opioid epidemic is all about. And like I said, 1 in 3 people have chronic pain. They don't know where to go to get their help. We want them to know that our resources are here for them, and there's so many people that want to help them. And actually, if you could believe it, 1 person every 19 minutes dies from an opioid overdose. Every 19 minutes. There's actually more overdoses and deaths as a result, because, people just don't know what else to do when they're on them long term. And so what happens is, when they're on these medications, their body gets dependent, it gets used to taking the drugs, and then they need more and a higher dose. And especially if you combine them with, other prescription drugs like muscle relaxers or anti-anxiety pills, alcohol, certain medications will interact, and it can have a very serious side effect. So we're very passionate about getting people off opioids with our treatments, or at least reducing the amount that they have to take, and introducing them slowly to other alternative treatments. And with the opioid epidemic, there's actually more people that die from opioid overdoses than there are people that die in car accidents. So
wait, did you just say that scary. More people die from overdosing on opioids than getting killed in a car accident?
Yes, if you can believe that. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So, and part of it has to do with just the number of people that are affected by chronic pain. We have more people who suffer from chronic pain than cancer, diabetes, and heart disease combined. So that also increases your statistics of the people that are on opioids.
Yeah.
And that kind of has to do with tying into how many people are having serious side effects and even fatalities as a result of misusing, or even accidentally, having an accident and using prescription drugs. So.
Now, what about that guy who, is out working, he's out doing construction, and, he's got pain in his back, and he's had it for 3 years, and and he's been taking, ibuprofen and maybe Excedrin or something, some sort of a painkiller that's over the counter, but he just can't seem to get rid of whatever is ailing his back. Is Arizona Pain somebody for that guy?
Oh, absolutely. We help everyone that, maybe they have a serious debilitating condition that they've had for 20 years and they're severely handicapped, or someone that just doesn't really know how to deal with minor aches and pains, and it's, reoccurring, and it is something that's slowly affecting them over their, work or, throughout their lifetime, and it comes and goes. We could definitely help anyone that has any type of pain condition or whatever severity it is. So
now, how could Arizona Pain help somebody like that?
Well, we like to educate people. Like I said, we're all one of our core tenets is educating them on, being their own best advocate and learning about the different resources that we have available in our community to help them. So, there are a lot of ways that we can help people, whether it's minor aches and pains and, not knowing what medications or over-the-counter prescriptions to take. We can get them back to living life and enjoying the things that they once did.
Now, we talked a little bit about chronic pain awareness, and, this is the Chronic Pain Awareness Month. Again, we want to remind everybody, we are here at the JW Marriott Desert Ridge, the Grand Sonoran Salon, A through D. So come on down and see us, and check out all of the great things we have going on here at the JW Marriott in Desert Ridge. But we talk a little bit about chronic pain awareness. How exactly do you raise awareness for chronic pain? What are the different methods that you can do that?
Sure. Well, we have a lot of different resources online, actually. On our paindoctor.com site, it's www.paindoctor.com.
Paindoctor.com.
Yes,
okay.
It's a fantastic, all-exhaustive resource of pain management information for anyone suffering from any type of chronic pain condition. It lists all the conditions, their causes, symptoms, treatments, latest cutting edge treatments.
Are all of these written by doctors or?
Correct.
Okay.
And we also have on that site a database of over 1,000 physicians nationally that people could look up. And
over 1,000.
Correct. If they can't
wow.
find, a physician in their area that they like, go on paindoctor.com and type in, your area, and you'll most likely be able to.
Now that's in the
really
Find a Doctor section. Do they have a Find a Doctor section on Pain Doctor?
They do.
Okay.
Yes, there is a link for that. Now, also to answer your question, there is a couple chronic pain support groups on paindoctor.com, and one of them is Pain Doctor Forum, where people can network with other pain patients, and they could discuss, what's worked for them, what hasn't. We also have another online support group on our social media page, which is paindoctor.com Facebook page.
The Facebook page.
And yes, so there are thousands, I think it's over 30,000 people now that have joined that network, and they
30,000 people.
Correct.
Wow.
They share, it's one of the largest support groups on social media right now.
Yeah, sounds like it.
It's amazing. People from all over the world, and they're networking. They're sharing tips. They're giving each other support. They're saying what worked for them, what didn't. Try this, try that, encouragement. So it's a really vital resource for a lot of people. So again, that's on paindoctor.com. That's one of our partners at Arizona Pain. We put that out as an all-exhaustive resource for people to learn about their pain conditions and see what's out there to help them and network with other people, as well as find a physician.
Absolutely. And, again, we are here, just want to remind people, the Grand Sonoran Salon at the JW Marriott in Phoenix, Arizona. It's A through D,
correct.
I believe.
We'll be here till 2 p.m. today,
so
2. Come on out.
2 p.m.
You have plenty of time to get here.
So, Kristen, just why don't you just give us a little bit of a rundown of the vendors that we have today, and for the viewing audience, and I will be right back.
Okay, sounds great. So touch on Steve's question before about what you could do to raise awareness. So besides the paindoctor.com website, we also have an Arizona Pain support group, and invite whoever you want to in the Phoenix area. It's free. It's open to the public. Anybody that has chronic pain is welcome to come and join us on Wednesday night in Scottsdale at Arizona Pain Specialists. And you can look up our address on our website. It's arizonapain.com. That's Arizona all spelled out. P as in Paul, AIN.com. And on that website, you'll see a link to our in-person chronic pain support group. So please spread the word. If you have a mom, a dad, a grandma, grandpa, brother, sister, people from all different walks of life, all different ages, chronic pain is not just a condition for elderly folks or people who haven't taken care of themselves. It affects anybody and everybody, and so most people know someone that has a chronic pain condition, whether it be arthritis, fibromyalgia, neurological condition, all sorts of things, you name it. So migraines, RSD, reflex sympathetic dystrophy. So any of that we can help, and we offer support for. Some of the vendors here today are fantastic. We have a lineup of MyFit Foods that's coming to give out free food samples. We have a naturopathic physician. We have Active Lifestyle Medical, which they are fantastic at educating people about underlying causes for their chronic pain condition.
Well, and speaking of them, we actually have Dr. Tom Tinlin over here. So why don't you come on over here, Dr. Tinlin, and we'd like to introduce you to our public
Make room
here.
For him.
Good morning. Good morning. Go here and have a seat, Dr. Tinlin. All right. Get cozy here.
Thank you for coming and being here today and sharing resources with our many attendees. We're excited to have you.
I'm excited to be here. Thank you.
Can you tell us a little bit about what Active Lifestyle Medical does for people in chronic pain?
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, Active Lifestyle Medical has been out in Arizona for about 35 years.
35 years.
And we take a pretty natural approach to pain. We don't use steroids in our office, and so we use a number of homeopathics. If we're doing injectables, we use homeopathics or a botanical called Serapin, which is injected into trigger points or joint injection for inflammation and whatnot. We are a integrated medical practice with medicine, chiropractic, acupuncture, physical therapy, massage. My fellowship is in Chinese medicine. I'm also a chiropractor in our office. And been out here doing it for a long time and having great success.
That's awesome. And what made you want to go into that field? And what are you most passionate about with that, regarding that?
Well, in that, I think being a chiropractor, if you talk to most chiropractors, they had a back problem. And that was me also. I had a pretty severe back injury in sports in high school. Went the traditional medical route for about 6 or 8 months. I was losing ground on a daily basis, and somebody suggested to me that I go see a chiropractor. And back in the 60s, I never even heard that term.
Yeah.
And went there, and within 2 visits, a dramatic improvement. And it was interesting because I'm 16 years old. I remember my dad says, well, what do you think about that visit? It was only my second one. I said, Dad, this is what I'm going to do. This made such a remarkable change for me.
Yeah.
And so that's how I actually got into chiropractic itself. I then, back in 1972, got exposed with Richard Nixon going over to China, and I was studying some techniques in chiropractic, and 20% of that technique was an acupuncture technique, and it thrilled me.
Okay.
And so I really strongly started following it. I had to find somebody, and I found a Dr. Yenny in Kansas City who had been trained over in Korea back in the 50s in acupuncture. And in 1980, to my knowledge, I actually brought acupuncture to Arizona, where I was one of the first who brought it here.
Neat.
And we still do a lot of that and help a lot of people. So that's a good fun thing to do.
That's amazing. And what has been one major success that you've seen with some clients that you've had, or a success story?
Well, obviously, if we can decrease the need for medication, to me that's a success. We've had patients who've been pre-surgical, post-surgical back problems. Have been to a number of clinics, didn't get the results that they were looking for. Were many times told they're going to just we're going to have to learn to live with the pain, and taking a little more alternative, natural approach. And a lot of our approach is biomechanical in our office, which kind of sets us apart from a lot of the traditional medical clinics who do a wonderful job, but sometimes none of us help everybody. That's for sure. And so we've taken a number of people that everybody kind of has given up on and been able to help them. The other thing that I really like is the other part of our office is the functional medicine, functional endocrinology, and functional immunology. This is something we started doing several years ago, where we are taking or helping patients and coaching them with chronic degenerative diseases. For instance, thyroid problems, irritable bowel syndrome, autoimmune disease, diabetes, and whatnot, and helping them actually, literally in most cases, reverse this chronic disease and decrease their dependency on medication. And so that's really thrilling to us when we can actually give people their life back again based on educating them about lifestyle.
That's great. And where can people get more information about Active Lifestyle Medical?
We're on the web, www.activelifestylemedical.com. I'm Dr. Tim, I'm the clinic director and founder. And that's the easy way to find us. The telephone number is 480-860-0300.
All right, great.
Dr. Timlin, thank you so much for all of your time.
Thank you so much.
Come on out and see Dr. Timlin today. Absolutely. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Perfect. All right. Well, that was a pretty awesome guest, huh?
Yeah, he's fantastic.
So speaking of other guests that we have here today, we have a lot of, acupuncture seems to be kind of the new craze of the of the West, if you will.
Right.
And so we actually have Sherry Perry.
Okay.
Who's here, and she's representing Great Wall Chinese Medicine.
Fantastic.
And they're going to be talking about acupuncture and the other things that they're offering their clients now. So let's get Sherry over here. Come on over.
Yay, come on over.
Have a seat right here, Sherry. And now, Sherry, you represent Great Wall Chinese Medicine, right?
That is correct.
Can you tell us a little bit about what Great Wall Chinese Medicine can offer patients in chronic pain?
Great Wall Chinese Medicine has been around the doctor's been around more than 20 years. She's been doing this more than 10 in this South Scottsdale area. And it's about acupuncture for just about anything. She's a true traditional Chinese acupuncturist. She's third generation. We see a lot of patients with pain. We know Arizona pain specialists very well, and they're part of the reason that we attended today. And we are introducing, as we see people come in with pain and other needs for their health and wellness, we've started a series of classes to expand more for just the treatment. And we've started some yoga, Tai Chi, Qigong, Chinese culture classes, some piano, different ways to help people other than just to come to a clinic and be treated and leave. So we're creating a lifestyle. We're even doing healthy cooking classes. And we're excited to be here today.
That's great. Thank you so much for coming, and we're so happy to have you here. Can you tell us a little bit more about how you can help people in pain and what you've seen in terms of success?
We've seen a lot of success. We have a lot of reviews. We offer them to do reviews once they've been seen. We have a lot of back pain, lower back pain, upper back pain, a lot of neck pain, headaches. We also treat cancer patients. We treat neuralgia. We treat for sleep issues. We treat for so many things. I've seen her heal so many different people. And that's how I was introduced, as I was one of the people that she helped. And I think it is, as this gentleman said earlier, I think it is part of the new norm, because in the past, people would come after they have exhausted every other issue and every other possibility, and they just are tired of hurting. And so we treat those patients, maybe a couple to the extreme patients, 3 times a week, and we see great results. And then, of course, our thing is they become healed, they become pain-free, and they move on to other things, but now they come back for the yoga class or they come back for the Tai Chi class because they want to maintain the pain-free lifestyle that we've given them. So
that's great.
It's an exciting thing. It's an exciting thing to see the healing and see the difference in the patient.
That's awesome. And where can people get more information about your services?
Well, we have a website that they can go to. It's www.chinesedrs.com.
Okay.
And that explains a lot of what we do. And we have a newsletter every week that goes out with all of our new exciting things. And
great.
We're there for the asking.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Sherry. It's great to have you here.
And I guess I should give our phone number maybe.
Yes, go ahead.
The website. Our phone number is 480-429-8881.
Fantastic.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So there's a few examples of vendors that we have here today for you guys.
Yeah, and I actually have one more that I was able to gather here. Elizabeth Pearson. Now, Elizabeth actually works for Don Yoga and Tai Chi. Now, that sounds really cool. Like, can you tell us a little bit about how yoga and Tai Chi can help somebody who's in chronic pain?
Well, I think probably the best thing for me to do is to tell you that when I came into Don Yoga in 2005, I had fibromyalgia.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
And I couldn't walk. I was really, really in bad shape. I just purchased a house with 3 levels, and it was really difficult going up and down stairs.
Wow.
Once you get into Don Yoga, you begin doing exercises at the level that you can achieve. There are stretching exercises, and of course the Tai Chi is more of a slow movement type of stretching, and you just begin moving your body in ways that alleviate the pain that you have. I'm working with a friend now who has fibromyalgia, and it's going to be exciting to see how she progresses.
That's exciting.
Awesome.
Wow.
It is. It's
Wow.
Tremendous. I am so thankful I can walk and have a great day without pain.
And how long did it take you to get to that point? How many times did you go? Or
Well, I was kind of nut, and I went to 10 classes a week.
Wow.
That's some determination right there.
And I had masters that were very well trained to provide the kind of help that I needed in order to be able to move and have a pain-free day.
And so what's some advice or encouragement that you can give someone else who has fibromyalgia or chronic pain in general?
Well, I think they always have to be in touch with their medical advisor, whoever that is, and whichever one they choose. Then actually I did go to my doctor, and she told me that she thought that doing yoga would be good for me. And so we have, I brought this flyer with, we do the meridian. We have the chakras in our body, and we have meridians. And when we get tensed and tight, then we begin developing pain and stiffness in our body. And it's amazing how much of that can be alleviated if we start moving. And it's not always easy. I can't tell you it was easy. But we do the meridian stretching. We also do meditation, where you go inside yourself and you become aware of the feelings that you have in your body. Most of us go through our day without ever feeling our body. We get into feeling our stomach and feeling our lungs and the breathing, of course. So we always have the breathing exercises. Right now we're doing an exciting, it's where you hold a plate in your hand and you go under. Most people have seen that.
Oh, yeah.
And around. We're doing that for 10 minutes a day.
I think I might have seen that on Karate Kid or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
We have it all over the YouTube. If you look up at Don Yoga.
And what is that called?
It's a plate exercise.
Okay.
And it's just in the process of going through that one exercise, you stretch every muscle and every joint in your body. And so that's why just one simple exercise sometimes can really do a great deal for you.
Absolutely. I think that's huge because, like, I always say to my family, if I didn't have an athletic background, I wouldn't have known really how to stretch. Thank God I had that, but stretching is huge. And now I do it in the morning, in the afternoon, and the evening, and it really helps a lot.
We also have private instruction and many advanced workshops that you can go to.
Okay.
But it's the daily exercises that we give to people. If you do those, just like yourself, and you will just begin developing and feeling your body and releasing the stress and tensions that you have.
That's awesome. Can you tell us a little bit about the health and wellness fair that you guys? I heard you guys are doing one of those here in a few weeks. Is that correct?
I haven't been told about that one yet.
Oh, okay. I thought that, okay. Well, no, you know what? That's a flyer that I'm seeing. That
Oh
you guys,
no, someone gave us.
okay,
to
got
me.
it.
So we may attend this also.
Okay.
Now, right here, we're doing. We have the Oricom. We have 2 Oricoms here today, and what that does is you put your hands on the metal plates, and then it takes a picture of the energy that you have.
Oh, wow.
So we can see healing energy. We can see if you're really uptight.
Intense. That would probably be me
different
today.
colors show up. So I invite you to stop by.
Okay.
And then Nicole is there, and she's reading the pictures and gives you an idea of where you are at today and maybe what you can work on.
That's
That's
great.
awesome.
Well, Elizabeth, thank you so much. You know, and again, Don Yoga is here, and they're a great vendor for us. And you know, come on down and see them.
Locations too, in Scottsdale,
Yeah.
Phoenix.
We have 3 locations. One's in Tempe, and one is in Scottsdale, and one is in Glendale.
Okay.
Perfect.
And where
Great.
could they find more information about Don Yoga?
DonYoga.com.
Okay.
DonYoga.com.
We invite you to try it out.
Thank you.
Check
so
it out.
much.
Thank you
Check
so
it
much,
out.
Elizabeth.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. Stop by.
Yep.
Okay, I will.
Thank you. Well, that was quite a guest there,
Oh,
Don
yeah.
Yoga,
Yeah.
and you know, we talk about chronic pain and those who are there fighting it every day, and those helping those in the fight. And you know, Arizona Pain has a bunch of really great doctors that help patients who are dealing with chronic pain every single day.
Her story was amazing with fibromyalgia. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
so many people have that nowadays, and they don't know where to start, and they didn't probably think something like that could even help them.
Well,
but
you know, you talk about a
there's a
comprehensive
testimony.
approach, right? I mean, and
Yeah.
that is what you talk about, right?
Exactly.
I mean, that you're attacking it from many different angles. Your
Exactly.
energy, you're meditating, you're doing all sorts of different things.
Exactly.
You know, and you know, let's talk to one of the doctors here.
Okay.
What do you think? I mean, we got Dr. Jack Anderson.
Oh, Dr. Anderson. There he
Dr.
is.
Jack Anderson. He is the
Come on in.
head physician over in North Phoenix, Desert Ridge, over on Tatum Boulevard, right?
That's
yeah.
right.
So Dr. Anderson is the head physician over at Tatum Boulevard. Dr. Anderson, welcome. How are you today?
I'm doing great. How are you, Steve?
I'm fantastic, thanks. Man, talk a little bit about the Expo and why it's important for people in chronic pain.
Well, I think that it's real important to see what's out there because there's new and emerging therapies that are evolving every single day, and it's good to know what's new and out there for you because everybody has a specific pain condition and it needs to be tailored just for them.
Absolutely, and that's what we're all about at Arizona Pain, right? I mean, we talk about an individualized treatment plan for each person, so it's not all the same. You know, it's not like a run-of-the-mill. We have so many different things that can help people, and what works for some doesn't work for others.
Exactly.
So, tell us a little bit about why you went into this field and what you're passionate about. You know, some success stories that you've seen with people that you've had as patients.
Oh, sure. Well, it's really rewarding to be able to help people that have been struggling with pain and to kind of take that part of their lives and just improve it and get them back to doing what they love to do. That is so rewarding, and I can't tell you how much I'm thankful for the job that I have and get to work around the people that I do. But just lots of different success stories. You know, I had one young lady that she struggled with chronic migraines for 40 years, and
Wow.
she had we turned on a spinal cord stimulator, and she started crying. We thought that it was uncomfortable for her, and actually there were tears of joy because she hadn't been pain free for 40 years. So
Wow.
it just really touched me. So
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit spinal cord stimulator? What exactly is that? Maybe for our audience here.
Sure. So that's using electrical energy to interrupt the pain signal as it goes up the spinal canal. So it is a little bit more aggressive approach, but it's more for the refractory or very severe cases, just like this young lady had. But pain is very interesting, and you can interrupt the pain signal as it's before it hits the brain. And when you can do that, then you can really eliminate a large portion of the pain.
Wow, that's fascinating.
Yeah, it really is.
Unbelievable.
Minimally invasive too, right?
It
I mean,
is.
it's like
Minimally invasive. What do you mean by that?
well, Dr. Anderson can elaborate, but I know because I had invasive surgeries, and I wish I had a minimally invasive procedure. And people are in and out, right? I mean,
Right.
Is that what
So-
that means? Minimally invasive, in and
Right.
well, he'll explain further.
Right. So minimally invasive, whenever people talk about spine surgery, whether neck or back surgery, a lot of times people think of the large fusions or even a laminectomy, discectomy. They're creating incisions with scalpels, and they're manipulating tissue. And there is a time and place for that. But when you look at spinal cord stimulation and the stimulator implant, it's actually a two-step process. So one is the trial, where we place the leads all through needles, so there's no incision at all, and you wear it for 5 days and see if it changes your pain. It's kind of a try it before you buy it type of thing.
Got it. Okay.
So because we all know that, like we were talking about earlier, not every therapy is for everybody.
Mhm.
So this is really beneficial to the patient because they get to see if this type of stimulation would really help their pain before they commit to the implant. So if it does really help them, which many times it does, then they have the implant. And even the implant, although it is surgically placed, it is a very short 45-minute surgery, unlike many multiple-hour spine surgeries. So it is definitely less invasive than those, and I think that's what you're in.
Yeah, and you don't tear through all this muscle, where the recovery is not really that bad at all,
No,
right?
not at all.
Yeah, and what kind of conditions can spinal cord stimulator help? You said migraines, but besides that, I mean, it can help a variety of pain conditions, right?
It can. Most what we do is people that have had spine surgery and still have back and leg pain or neck and arm pain. That's called failed back surgery syndrome or post-laminectomy syndrome. That's probably our number one indication for that, or most commonly seen indication for that. But also for phantom limb pain, for chronic radiculitis or pain that's shooting down the arm or leg. Peripheral neuropathy, we do it for that as well.
That's great.
Can you tell us about where you're located so that patients, if they're here in Phoenix, can find you, or maybe just contact your office if they wanted to come see you?
So my office is right just north of the 101 on Tatum at 20940 North Tatum Boulevard, and we're right across from Desert Ridge. So we can help you out with your pain, then you can go shopping.
Shopping and a new life. That sounds like
right.
a good idea.
That's great. Awesome. Well, yeah. Did you have anything else you wanted to ask Dr. Anderson?
So let's talk a little bit more about what we could do for anyone that comes and sees you versus another pain doctor. What makes you different from another pain management physician?
Well, I like to pride myself into thinking that I truly give a comprehensive approach to pain management because not everybody that comes through the door wants medications, or not everybody is a candidate for medications. And same thing with injections. Maybe injections aren't right for somebody. So I like to pride myself in the belief that I have something to offer everybody. Not only that, we are doing multiple clinical trials. So we have a lot of very neat up and coming that aren't even available to the general public type of therapies that we can talk about if you're a candidate for. So we're on the cutting edge of therapy, and we also have a truly comprehensive management to say.
That's amazing. Well, that's what makes Arizona Pain a leader in the pain management industry. And thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thank you, Dr.
Oh,
Anderson. We really
thank you.
appreciate your time.
All right.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Grateful to have you.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, Dr. Anderson's a great guy, great doctor.
He is,
Be a
and
great
he's
guy.
so compassionate about helping people in pain. That's what I love about our physicians here.
And you can just tell, you just tell that he's just very genuine and he's
Yes.
very knowledgeable about, exactly what kind of conditions and treatments patients have and that can help patients, right? So, well, there's another real special treat. We actually have the co-founder of Arizona Pain Specialists, Dr. Tori McJunkin is
Dr.
here today.
McJay.
And he's here with his
Hi,
little
guys.
daughter,
Hey.
Gracie.
Oh, Gracie.
Gracie.
Are you going to be on this movie?
This
Can
movie.
you say hi, Grace?
Make everyone smile.
Can you smile?
Say goodnight, Gracie.
She's a little shy. How are you guys doing?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Yeah, we're actually we're here at the JW Marriott Desert Ridge, the Grand Sonoran Salon A through D at the Arizona Chronic Pain Expo, and this is Dr. Tori McJunkin. He is the one of the co-founders of Arizona Pain. And Dr. McJunkin, tell us a little bit about this Chronic Pain Expo and why it's important to have something like this for the public.
So I believe this is our third one.
Correct.
Okay. It's been really exciting to just see the impact that it's had on the community. And it's a place where vendors that are outside of our practice and people who treat pain on a regular basis can all get together, and they can all kind of share with the community what are the techniques and the things that they're seeing, the latest innovations. So I think it's a really neat, and it's really an area too where patients can come and they get to learn about all these things.
And kids can come too.
And kids,
Absolutely, there you go.
and there's no pressure at all where patients can interact, where sometimes it's difficult when you're in the doctor's office. You don't know what to say and there's only so many minutes, but something like this, you get to talk to a physical therapist and a chiropractor and a medical doctor, and you get to ask them any questions that you have. So I think it's a really, really great environment.
It's a great opportunity for people to mingle with top-notch physicians like yourself. And tell us a little bit
And my
more
daughter.
about
Future
And-
physicians.
Exactly. Future leaders of America.
Yep.
And this is an example of what you and Dr. Lynch are all about, which is family. And one of our mission statements.
Absolutely.
is-
Yep. Yeah, so our mission statement, I guess our mantra is that we want to treat patients like we would want to treat our own mom or dad.
Yes.
And we're very much a family-oriented business, and honestly believe family comes first. In the story of our practice, I think but a lot of people don't. But Dr. Lynch and I have been best buddies for a long, long time, and we first met each other when we were both pre-med, our first year of college. We were both 18 years old, and we were studying for all the classes, and we just loosely thought, well, that'd be fun to work together someday. But then as time got along, both of us were going down separate career paths until his mother-in-law got really sick.
Yeah.
And she had chronic pain, and she had pancreatic cancer, terrible pain from that. She had a lot of fractures kind of throughout her spine, and she wasn't doing well. And Dr. Lynch was just looking, he was in medical school at the time, and he was just looking for things that would help her, things that would make her life better. And he found one of the things he found is a procedure called vertebroplasty or kyphoplasty, but essentially it's a minimally invasive way to fix a fracture. And at that time, Pat, his mother-in-law, was getting fractures from almost doing nothing because her
Wow.
bones had eroded with the cancer.
And who
so-
knew that cancer would even cause that problem? I mean,
Absolutely,
that's what
yeah.
we're doing here is raising awareness about how chronic pain conditions, even like cancer, can cause such a domino effect of all sorts of
Absolutely,
things.
yep.
And it really can affect someone's life on so many different levels.
Yeah,
So.
and we don't normally think about things like cancer or things like diabetes causing chronic pain, but they
Yes.
sure can. The most common cause of neuropathy is peripheral neuropathy, and that's mainly from diabetes.
Yep.
So we found kind of some treatment options, and he came over to my apartment and said, I know what I want to do with my life. I want to kind of change the course of my life, and I want to help people who have pain or people who are suffering. And it really resonated with me.
Yeah.
And I grew up in my father is a chiropractor and an acupuncturist.
Yep. And you guys have like that holistic approach in all of what you do as a pain physician.
So I grew up and I heard that stuff,
Yeah.
and it totally resonated with me. And I was like, gosh, I want to help people who suffer also. And I'd seen that with my father growing up. So anyways, here we are years later, and we have, we've been super, super blessed and have an amazing practice. But I think one of the most fun things is we and you get to be part of making a difference in people's lives. And that's our, that's kind of our tagline. We change lives here.
Yep.
But we take it really, really seriously that the people that we treat, they may be at the very worst point in their life and they're really, really suffering. And it's an opportunity for us to reach right in and to touch them and to make a tangible difference that that really can change their life. And so I think it's an exciting it's an exciting part of all of medicine. It's something that I love to do, and I think our mission and our practice is so much bigger than just me.
Yes.
It's I think it's a God-given thing when we when we reach out and touch people and change their life and touch them.
So tell us a little bit about if people wanted a little more information about Arizona Pain, where can they find it?
So there's a ton of information that we have online at arizonapain.com. And so that it really is great resources. And I hear it almost every week. Patients coming in, they're like, thank you so much for creating all the content that you have. And it's part of what we want to do. We want to educate the public. And it's not just us holding on to this information, but it's putting the very best, the most timely, the newest information in the hands of those people who can really use it.
Yep.
Because it's not like the old days where your doctor just said, do this and you did it. Nowadays, we take an active role in all of our own health. And it's important for us to understand there's so many different options out there. It's important to understand what the options are, what are the pros and the cons, and then be able to make a real educated decision.
Definitely.
Perfect. Well, thanks,
Awesome.
Dr. McJunkin. We appreciate
Thank
you
you,
stopping
guys.
by.
Thank you so much.
Grace, can you say thank you?
Say bye, Grace.
Thanks, Gracie. Appreciate
She
it.
just came to make everyone smile.
All right, sweetheart. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Doc.
Thank you, Doctor. Well, it's always a great thing to talk to Dr. Tori McJunkin,
Oh,
of course,
yes.
co-founder of Arizona Pain.
Amazing.
It looks like we're just about out of time here today. So I think that'll do it here from the 3rd annual Arizona Pain Chronic Pain Expo at the Grand Sonoran Salon. Just want to remind everybody, we will be here until 2 o'clock. So stop on
Come
by.
out.
Yeah, please.
There's plenty of free resources, great samples of food that's anti-inflammatory, gluten-free, and tasty.
Yep.
And just a ton of valuable resources for you and your family or your friends who are suffering from chronic pain. We just wanted you to know that you're not alone, that there's so many different resources here to help you and people who care. And, there is hope, so don't give up.
Absolutely. So for my co-host, Kristen, I'm Steve, wishing you a pain-free day and a fantastic rest of your weekend. Just a reminder, again, just one more time, Grand Sonoran Salon, JW Marriott, Desert Ridge, till 2 o'clock. Look forward to seeing you between now and then.
And you can check us out at arizonapain.com. All the information about today's event will be there, as well as everything else that we talked about.
arizonapain.com. We'll see you
Thanks,
guys there. Yep.
Bye-bye.
Bye.